So down the bottom of the course, it's a windward leeward course as we've just proclaimed, and I've given myself an uppercut. So there goes our leader. There's 2 marks to round down here, and Jono's going to go for the more one off our bow, so we better get out of here. But a bit of an untidy takedown, a bit of a tangle up there, but James Hozak's got it away now, and they'll be back on a wind. And the next boat you'll see with a red and white chute is James Doran's guys. Geronimo in the bow, and Paul Montague on sheet, and Doro steering it. Doing a pretty good job. He's going to sail in that boat on the sheet when Marcus Ashley Jones comes back from China. That's the story. So
He left that drop, mate.
yeah, he's still up the mast. Oh man.
For an experienced driver, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're derating him for that.
Yeah.
Doro, give yourself an uppercut.
Boys, you're a bit rusty.
So-
Like, you can't have the mast top of the sail and stick her into the breeze.
So that's poor Geronimo. But he's a battler, that Geronimo. So the next boat into this takedown area is Johnny Winning's dude. Noddy Hay just tucking that away professionally. Jimmy Beck on the sheet, nice and textbook, nice and safe by the look of it. Noddy out in the rack, and we've got Pure Blonde, who's under.
Go around the mark the wrong way for your line.
Pure Blonde needs to. He must be going to go around the furthest mark. He can exonerate himself then, or has he got to go through that gate? I'm not sure. No, he's not happy either about the takedown. So Ewan McNichol will sneak into 4th position right there on the Mighty Mojo. They had that problem with their boom vang, we think, going up the first beat, cost them dearly. Simon Nern coming in, and then Coco, surprisingly, way back in this race, and it's only early days, but he's got a new forward hand in the bow, filling in for Trent Barnabas. So they'll be just trying to get the rust out of that crew. Davey O'Connor's in the middle of that. Fisher and Paykel here, Grant Rollerson, Big Pete, and don't know the bowman in there. I think it's Pete. And Malcolm Page sort of fell out. And the other boat that I fancied today was Kenwood, and they're way back. So you can see them trying to give some grief to Malcolm Page here, blasting in late, and they're going to have some.
This will be a late drop. They'll end up on that.
Holy dooly. A jibe drop for sure. A little bit of heart rate going up there for the forward hand, and that'll be an untidy one. And Nicky Press, he was a scratch marker, so he's further back than fullback as a result of that. And they're all having trouble getting these chutes off. Was there? I don't know whether it's all about rust, I would think.
Yeah, it's just
Early days.
all of them were super late. The only one that really, got the timing right was Yandu on Woody's team.
Okay, that's the situation at the completion of 1 lap. We've got 2 more to go, and I can see Lumix, John O'Witty's guys, is tacking in under Bradley's. A nice tidy lead. We'll get up there and bring you some more action. Just travelling behind Michael Coxon on the Thurlow Fisher Lawyers. He's got a brand new mainsail on this boat. He's only put the rig in this week, and I don't know much chance they've had. It's early days, I guess. They're going to do a bend on it and try and get the luff curve right, but it's interesting, Warwick. These are the number 2 rigs on these boats. What do you reckon? It's only blowing, sort of puffing to 18 max out here, and they're struggling with these rigs, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with the square tops now, they're into their second rig so early. Yeah, but 15 to 18. And they got Daniel Nixon starting with them this year, up until the JJs, I believe. So it's a good opportunity for Daniel. I'm sure he'll do a really good job.
Yeah, I'm sure. And interesting race developing for the scratch markers. And here's another one of them, Fisher and Paykel, Grant Rollerson and Pete Nichols. So there is a good race between the back markers, and Coco's in front of Fisher and Paykel and Mojo. Ewan McNichol, Mike McKenzie and Ricky Bridges is fighting their way back into this. So that could be a good tussle anyway, the race within a race. And as I was saying, it's early days. All these handicaps were awarded willy-nilly a bit because Grant was given a scratch mark, and that's the old slam boat. So, he would have been a bit kind if they gave him a couple of minutes, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but that's just the way it is at the beginning of the year, isn't it? You know, they do their best and get different accommodations and so forth, and
that's not a very good tack.
all pans out in the end.
He's got to stand in with his fist in the air as if it was our fault. He wants an 8 metre, he wants a 10 metre rule because he was on the boat that we hit last year in the JJ, that Nick Team Daly or whatever it was called. I don't know if you were watching when we rammed the back of him and put him out of the race. So he's still worried about us. And there's the kitchen maker, a boom of us there, Malcolm Page, battling away a bit of rust in that boat. Different crew on that again today, different fire at hand. So that's it on the second beat up to Beecher Boy for the turn marks, but it's all a Lumix right now. If he keeps that thing upright, he should canter away. He's going around another red boy, short mark, and it's all in his favour at the moment. We'll get up there and cover the roundings. See you there. Yeah, we're on the Lumix, Jono Whitty's guys again, still leading this race today, and he's kicked away that James Doran's guys, as you saw. Warwick went for a bit of a half teabag there, so these guys have just wrapped this thing up. All they've got to do is keep it upright today.
Yeah, they've just got away. The others just had a few issues. I saw Asco had some type of issues, like a half capsize there for a while, so they're out of the game now. And the rich have just got richer, so they're just sailing around, no pressure, and just do their job.
Yeah, enjoying themselves, no doubt. When you've got a nice lead like that, you can just send the boat along nicely, set the thing up and enjoy it. So they're on this red mark rounding, which just rubs it into the other boats even more because they're on the short marks. And I think they take a blue the next time up, but that won't concern them too much because I think they're probably fastest on the race course even right now. The scratch mark is hard to say. They've had to go around the furthest mark, but they're...
I think it might be the retro cycling cap that Jono's got on. It's obviously added a bit of speed.
Yeah, it's very, very out there. And anyway, it's interesting. Port hand rounding. Normally the Norris course is starboard hand rounding up here, so we should have picked that up last time, but didn't. And there goes our leader. So he's a country mile in front right now. And we'll just let him go because I think there's some compression coming from the next few boats. We've got Johnny Winning is probably the best of the rest, and he's going to take on the blue mark. Oh, Jono, that's the way to stop it. Put it under the boat, love. Quite a bit of rust on these crews that he was witnessing, and there's a bit of rust on the driver of the Camera Cat as well. So anyway, we'll shut it down and wait for these other boats to get up here. See you there. So second on the racetrack, just turning their blue mark, second time round. Yandu, go you good thing, Johnny Winning. Noddy and Jimmy Beck on board to hoist that chute up, and they're having a pretty good race.
Having a very good race. I mean, Woody just amazing, you know. It's 60-ish. 60-ish. Unbelievable.
Charles on the shitters on Saturdays and doubles up and comes out and punts this thing around. It's a pretty remarkable effort. Must sleep well.
Yes, and I think the Cairo does all right out of him as well.
Takes a few shackles of him.
But he's done so much for the class, just fantastic.
They're a good squad. They're very good in the nor'easter. They know this track pretty well, and good in the hard conditions as well. Jimmy Beck done a lot of miles. Noddy, likewise, done a lot of yachting, a lot of crazy offshore stuff. So solid crew, and they have a real good time when they're sailing together. And that's what this sport's all about, enjoyment. So they're gone, they're in second, so we'll get back up there and see how Mojo's on his way to that top mark, the Beecher Boy, which is the furthest up there, and he's around. Mojo's around, so he's got James Doran. You can see the red and white chute. He's back in business, so he heads Mojo. So that'll be a tight dash for cash down the bottom, you would think, and DeLonghi's around. DeLonghi Rabbitohs, Simon Nern, so there's a good race to get into the podium for the third position at this point in time. But it's sort of like a straggle fleet after that. So we'll get up there and go for a ride with James Doran and then cut back to Mojo, see how they're going.